Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about mounts, and more specifically this is a mount guide on the Lizi's Reigns mount, which is one of the brand new Thunderspine mounts which is located in the Unaran Plains. This is a pretty easy mount guide, so it shouldn't take too long to get, and it's a great looking mount. But before we jump into the guide, guys, just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, Dragonflight launch, Wrath of the King Classic and more, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Right, so yes, Lizi's Reigns, also known as Lizi Thunderspine Tramper in the mount journal. This is a pretty easy mount to get. This is very similar to kind of the Sinrunner Blanchi mount and things like that over the years, where you've had to do it over like 5 consecutive days or such, and this is just one of those new ones. There's actually 2 of these types of mounts in the Unaran Plains as far as I'm aware. This is the Lizi's Reigns, which is one of those brand new Thunderspine creatures. Looks great. The running animation is a little bit weird, but other than that, it's a really cool looking mount and relatively easy to get. So, let's talk about the prerequisites. What do you need to do before you get to this mount? The first thing you want to do is complete a side storyline called Initiate Stay Out. If you're struggling to find this quest, I use an add-on called BTW Quest. You can just click the Unaran Plains section and then the Initiate Stay Out, and it'll send you a little location point on the map. It is down in the southernmost part of the Unaran Plains. Pretty simple quest line, not going to take you too long at all, and this could be done obviously while leveling. You might have already done it perhaps, but that is one of the prerequisites. After that, you obviously need to be level 70, and then you need to get to Renown 9 with the Maruk Centaur. I'm not going to get into how to get to Renown 9, just, you know, daily quests, world quests, side quests, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully you're probably there by now, I would imagine. Once you get to Renown 9, this will open up the quest line to start getting the Lizi mount. As mentioned, this takes 5 days, but you don't have to do it 5 days in a row. You can do 1 day and then come back a week later and do day 2, whatever. It's just 5 kind of like quests that you have to do that reset on a daily. So once you have all those prerequisites done, you want to head down to the southernmost part of Unaran Plains and speak to Initiate Radaya. Now, they should have a brand new quest called To Tame a Thunderspine, and this is going to be the quest that you're going to be doing over the next, 5 resets or so. So all of these quests require you to give 150 Dragonflight supplies. I would imagine that's not something you probably need to grind. You probably have a bunch of that already, but if you do need to get Dragonflight supplies, you can do world quests, and pretty much everything on the Dragonflight will give you Dragonflight supplies, and each of these quests do require 150. So yeah, plus another item. So let's talk about the first quest. The first quest you need to collect 20 fluorescent fluid. Now, this drops from any insect creatures on the Dragonflight, but you can do it in the Unaran Plains. There's a really good area in the Mirewood Fen, which is near the Timber Step outpost in the top right-hand corner of the Unaran Plains. It's going to be a really good spot to kill insects. This is a really high drop rate as well. You're going to get 20 pretty quickly, but you can buy this on the auction house if you really want to, but I recommend just farming it. It literally took like 3 minutes to get 20, so yeah, highly recommend that. Once you've handed in your 20 fluorescent fluid and 150 Dragonflight supplies, you're gonna have to wait a day, and then the next quest will pop. This is once again called To Tame a Thunderspine. Now, this quest requires you to get 20 high fiber leaves. These drop from any plant type creatures on the Dragonflight. One of the best locations for this is in the Emerald Gardens. This is near the Shady Sanctuary on the left-hand side, the kind of green dragon area. This isn't as much of a high drop rate, but you can obviously farm it if you like, but you can also buy this on the auction house if you really want to. And once again, that is going to require 150 Dragonflight supplies, and that quest will be completed. On day 3, you're going to want to get some fish. These are the 1,000 bite piranhas. You're going to want 10 of these. Now, you can fish these up in pretty much any waters on the Dragonflight. You're probably doing some fishing already with the Escara Tuskar, but if not, you can buy these on the auction house. However, I would imagine they're probably going to be hiked up in price right now, as they've just made a change so you can hand these in for reputation. However, yeah, pretty easy to fish up. So on day 3, you want to hand in 10 of those, as well as 150 Dragonflight supplies. On day 4, you want to get woolly mountain pelts. Now, these drop from pretty much any woolly creature on the Dragon Isles, so things like mammoths and yaks and goats and pretty much anything on the Dragon Isles. A good location for this is near the Broadhoof outpost in kind of the northern part of the Unaran Plains. I could put it on the map right there, and you're going to want to get 20 of that. Once again, can be bought on the auction house, but it's a pretty high drop rate, so you can go and farm that pretty easily. So once you've got 20 of those and obviously 150 Dragonflight supplies, you can hand those in, and that'll be day 4 completed. And then on day 5, the final day of this quest, you want to get Maloon's Green Curry. Now, this is not an item you can farm or buy on the auction house. This is just simply an item that you'll be given by Maloon. Now, you have to pick up this quest first to get that to trigger. So pick up the quest, then head south to Maloon and speak to them, and they will give you the Maloon's Green Curry, and then you just head on back over and speak to Initiate Radiah, and that will give you the Lizi Reigns. As mentioned, this doesn't have to be done 5 days in a row. You can spread it out if you kind of forget about it or whatever. It's not too bad at all. So yeah, there you go. That is the Lizi's Reigns mount. It's going to take you a couple days to do. It's a great looking mount and fairly easy to get. And as mentioned, if you feel lazy, you can go and buy all these things on the auction house right now if you really want to. But if not, you can go farm it. It's not going to take you too long at all, and it's a bit of fun. So yeah, there you go, guys. Let me know down below if you've got the Lizi's Reigns mount, if you've got any farming tactics or anything like that. I'd love to know. But before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members, and as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Launch, Wrath of King Classic, and more, we're over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.